Hello students, welcome back to my class. Today we are going to read our environment. From paragraph number 6 we are going to read, because in the previous class we have completed up to paragraph number 5. So while I do teach you, you just go through the book. It's page number 87, paragraph number 6. Okay, go through it. Food shortages and famines already are too familiar in many places and may increase in frequency and severity if population growth, soil erosion and nutrient depletion continue at the same rate in the future as they have in the past. So here what is mentioned? Food shortage. Food shortage means what? Shortage of food, unavailability of food, and famine already are too familiar. So these things are familiar in a number of places, and in the future it may increase. And what is the reason why it is going to increase? May increase in frequency, means again and again these things are going to take place, and severity, seriousness. If population growth, means only population growth is not the problem. Apart from population growth, what else is taking place? Soil erosion, nutrient depletion in continue at the same rate in the future as they have in the past. But at the same time, soil erosion is taking place, nutrient depletion is also taking place. But what is the main cause? The root cause is population growth. So if these things are continuing as it was taking place in the past, then definitely we are going to face some issues. We are coming to realize, however, that food security often has more to do with poverty, democracy and equitable distribution than it does with the amount of food available. So, food security. What do you mean by food security? Food security and to provide food to everyone doesn't mean that there must be the high production. No. High production is not always responsible for the equitable distribution, means equal distribution. But at the same time, storage is also needed and finance is also needed. So it is mentioned that poverty, democracy and equitable distribution, then it does with the amount of food available, whatever the amount of food is available. But it is important that there must be resources, and there must not be, means people must not be financially that much of low, and there also must be equitable distribution, means equal distribution must be there, means good amount, means sufficient amount of distribution, proper distribution, all these things are needed. And water deficit and contamination of existing water supply threaten to be critical environmental issues in the future for agricultural production as well as for domestic and industrial uses. So listen, when I am teaching, you just go through the lines so that it would be easy for you to understand. Water deficits and contamination, deficiency of water and contamination means polluted water, water which is contaminated and which the water which we are unable to drink. Contamination of existing water supply threaten to be critical environmental issue in the future for agricultural production. So if water will be contaminated, can we use that water for agriculture? Even we can't use the same water for industries also, and we can't drink that water at all. So all these things are going to affect a lot on this one, means on these environmental issues. And many countries already have serious water shortages, and more than 1 billion people lack access to clean water or adequate sanitation. So now at present, in a number of countries, pure water is not available. Okay, people are facing water shortage. At the same time, there is also more than 1 billion people lack access to clean water, means more than 1 billion people are unable to get clean water and proper sanitation. And all these things are happening for what? That is primarily for population growth. And violent conflict over the control of natural resource may flare up, means open up, start up. In many places, if we don't learn to live within nature's budget. What do you mean by nature's budget? Suppose nature is giving us 20% to eat. but we have the desire to eat 60%, then what will happen? We have to destroy the nature. So the same thing is being mentioned here. It means natural resource may flare up, means violent conflict. Now the question is why there will be conflict. Listen, every country will have the desire to be rich in natural resource. So when this natural resource depletion is also taking place day by day, when it is decreasing, so there will be conflict among people. So what we have to do? We have to live within nature's budget. How we obtain and use energy is likely to play a crucial role in our environmental future. Means how we are getting energy and how we are utilizing it in a proper way, that is going to take a prominent role in the future. Fossil fuels, oil, coal and natural gas presently supply about 80% of the energy used in industrialized countries. So fossil fuel that provide 80% of the energy to the industries and industrial places. And supplies of these fuels are diminishing, means decreasing at an alarming rate, and problems associated with an acquisition and use, air and water pollution, mining damage, shipping accident and political insecurity may limit where and how we use remaining reserves. So at the same time, these natural things, the natural fuels are diminishing, it is decreasing at a very fast rate. At the same time, to obtain the fossil fuel is not that much of important, but at the same time it is also equally important that how we are getting it. Either air and water is highly polluted by all these things or not, that is also important. And mining damage, if there is mining damage or not. Shipping accident, during shipping also there might be the accident. And political insecurity. Political insecurity means what? Granting permission, excise duty, all these things, something which is related to tax and all other things, may limit where and how. So all these factors are going to limit, it's going to squeeze, okay, how we are going to use this fossil fuel. Cleaner renewable energy resource, solar power, wind and biomass together with conservation may replace environmentally destructive energy sources if we invest in appropriate technology in the next few years. So here what is written? Cleaner renewable energy resource. Renewable energy means what? That something can be generated and regenerated for the second time. That is solar power, wind and biomass. Okay. In the near future, we are going to use all these things. Nowadays, in most of the government hospitals, big organization, you must have seen that solar panels are also there. Okay, by which one can get the electricity. And together with conservation, if we invest in appropriate technology in the next few years, but at the same time, the solar, wind, all these things are okay. But the condition is that how can we use it? We have to use certain technology to use it in the proper way. Understood? So, I have taught you only 2 paragraphs. These 2 paragraphs read. Any doubt you can ask me. Once again, tomorrow I am going to post next 2 paragraphs. Because listen, this chapter is completely related to environmental. So if you are going to read the complete chapter in a single day, you might feel boring. So it's better just read paragraph wise. Before your examination, I will complete it. Okay? So all of you have a nice time.